Hello. 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 How are we? We're here. Better late than never. Better late than never. You wondering why I'm late? Because unfortunately, Lorna's a lot better at CV stuff than I am, it would seem. So there's a lot of amendments to be made, but you know, we'll go through it all again soon, I'm sure. You are also, you're right. The RLCS pre-show happens. The good news is, with so much going on, we're gonna blitz through this week. We're gonna go through replays on standard speed, so that we can find out what's going down. So we start with the Mars Conference, currently topped and tied, really, by the London Lunalas and the Merseyside Mimikyu. Probably one of the most insane battles of all time, led to the Jersey Jolteons not going 5-0. They will surely be okay this week, barring a continuation of unthinkable RNG. But the real story, of course, is the Vs Litwicks up at 4-1. Still a remarkable record for them to be on. The Scotland Samurott hunting their first win. The Dakar Drapion attempting a climb back up the table. So, let's get to it. Why would it be that my capture is a little bit off? Is it because of that? Or what? No, it's definitely not that. Well, let's change this crop a little bit, I guess. That's worrying. I'm sure will correct itself at some point. Very odd why it would do this. This crop has been right for years, so no doubt that it shall be proven to have been correct all along. But hey, fix now. He has been about since 11. That is true. Yeti's been about for wild. Oh, we're good. Alcohol will not solve my problems, Finchy. Not even the harder stuff too. I'm on that every day. You know I'm not. Okay. We got the Meloetta. Conk. Doublade has come. Can Doublade Terra? I would assume it's tier 3. The annoying Terramon. But of course, the London Lunalas currently top of the conference. They got Megazam. They've got the tier 5 cube. And they've got the stupendous Ting Lu. So they will be favourites in almost any matchup. Can Iron Bundle put up any sort of threat? Frankly, I think it's probably just going to get walled by a Knuckle Stack. And it probably only 3-hit KOs Ting Lu. So we'll see. Meloetta is in. And it's the Zapdos opener. Quick U-turn for 62%. Crikey malikey. And in comes a Ting Lu. Dazzling Gleam. Wow. That is incredible. This is the wrong logos. Yep, that's the second matchup. Thank you for noticing, because I didn't. Flawless. Stealthrock's up. Bosh. Choice Scarf. Gone. It's kind of a big deal, actually. Thunderous Kick. It is, of course, immune, as that is weirdly a fighting type move. So Ting Lu is back in for some party. Takes 36%. That's the most damage I've ever seen that thing take in one iteration. It's the Earthquake off. More chip on the Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr and no leftovers. Is it Assault Vest? Is it something else? I don't know. Brave Bird. Big old Doublade coming in to do work here. You turn up. But surely Doublade is one of the very important mons for beating the Knuckle Stack. Or to just get Salt Cured. Leaf Storm taking down. Leaf Storm having a much better rate of hitting this season than previous seasons, it has to be said. The Rock's really going to dampen. Burn up. Whoa. What? Mega Alakazam with the Technician. Boom. Gone. Okay. We saw how hard this thing can hit. And we're going to be seeing it again. And Tinglu in on the Shadow Sneak. Terra Fairy Shadow Sneak at that. That is very underwhelming to not reveal with a Terra Fairy Terra Blast. But so be it. Enamorous. Of course, Conkeldurr gets Defog. And now there's more evasiveness on this iron bundle. Very much not made of iron. More so paper. And that's just game. What kills this? Oh, man. This is rough. London Lunalas. What is it going to take to beat them? Rock Slide is a nice play, but it's just gone. Turn up. I mean, yeah. There it is. Alright. This is a classic fun ending to the battle. Lunalas will not just be keeping up the racking of wins, but a huge Mon difference as well. This is tough for the Plymouth Pachirisu. Stabebe, what's up, Trox? Terrifier, you can spam burn up. I don't really know what burn up does. Doesn't look like it does that much. Boom, 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 boom. There you go. You move on to the Merseyside Mimikyu against the Plymouth Pachirisu. £130 power? Oh, you wouldn't have known against the Knuckle stack. Right. There is the Lapras coming to the party. Stopping any scary Azumarill shenanigans, of course, with the Belly Drum Aqua Jet. Can That's Number Wang really have the desired effect? I feel like Gigalith is a fantastic shutdown for that Mon. And of course, Slowbro, one of the few good answers to Mega Lopunny. This is a really hard battle for the Boldores. We have a Eel opening up. Toxic Spikes are there. Of course, could I guess get the Eel to land on Toxic Spikes if it were to switch back in? As it is whacking away, getting 2 defense drops with the liquidation. Wow. We see Pain Split. Still taking the hits. Is Weezing. Or a switch to Gigalith. To get Sandoff, just got to chip away at this Subway Squirter, a horrendous name. Protect there. Interesting move choice, getting those leftovers and Sandstorm recovery chips slowly on. Close Combat is a move that the Eel gets. Okay, he's got the U-turn. No Rocky Helmet on Slowbro. What's it going for? Free teleport? Just to slack off. Not really fearing, understandably, the offensive threat of any of the immediate hitters because of Gigalith and Slowbro. And we have, of course, the Mold Breaker Excadrill. Protect as well. Scouting out the, assumably, Specs Exploud. Allowing a switch into the Weezing, who would have lived either way. Terra Ghost. A massive Pain Split for the Weezing. Isurdo outmaneuvered so far. Oh, the Boldore. How do they change this? I mean, if they can break the Gigalith down a bit more. But the Toxic Spikes are doing absolute work. The Azumarill can't. I think it's just over. I don't see a way back. This is too comprehensively well prepped from Rye with the double protect. And against the choice items, it's always so powerful. You basically can't play the game. Here's Tangrowth, but like... Oh! I can't believe... I cannot believe that Lapras came in against the Tangrowth. And Lapras is a I mean, maybe Rai doesn't fear Azumarill that much. It's wild. And now it's gone, so it ends up not mattering. Let's see. It's offensive specs Lapras. Whoa. Fuck. Well, I guess Azumarill isn't really a threat, as Roaring Moon is about to chip away. It's toxic. It's already half health. The Colbert Berry Slowbro gets off the future sight. The Citrus is popped. We see Play Rough and the teleport out. It's too easy. The Protect. Tangrowth was scarfed. What other mons could the Boldore have brought that would have given any trouble? Offensive Tang is kind of cool, but like the Weezing went a bit hard. Kind of still does. I don't think he's got a Doug Trio. Neutralizing Gas is pretty cool. No Scrappy. One of the few great answers. Terra Ghost, Neutralizing Gas. Basically becomes a Cofagrigus. Cofagrigus more base than Weezing though. Yeah, also deals with X-Cloud as well. What a mon, Weezing. Brick Break. Poor, poor Tangrowth. This is just so depressing. I mean, at least the Lapras went down. This one is another convincing win by what we have seen as the two top teams in the Miles Conference in the standings. It doesn't look like they're going to be caught. At least by the end of this week. Poor Subway Squirter. The Terra Water Liquidation. Not it. No crit. Roaring Moon going to come in just to get a kill. And it does. Alright, next up. The Ontario Oshawott against the Nottingham Noivern. How do they match up? How do they match up? I see the Minior in the sun. Looks potentially fun. Weirdly enough. Look at this life coaching from Trox. Take those words to heart, drafters. Take them to heart. Take all the moves out that don't do damage. Replace them with ones that do damage. Let's see what Levi has got for the Sun. It's not been the fastest start to the season for the Oshawott. There is the shields down, Minior Violet, but there's no ground type. It's free Raikou real estate, and that's 42% with a Volt Switch. Samurai Jack, Stone Axe gets the kill, sets the rocks. This is just an execution. Jesus Christ. Alright. Photosynthesis. In comes the Hydro Steam. 33% with the Life Orb. Ice Beam predicting the switch out. Unnecessary flex from Levi. In fairness, Ice Beam still does a bit to the Suicune. Sorry, the Walking Wake. I wouldn't disrespect Suicune by comparing it to that. As here is Sludge Bomb. The Mew. Chipped away. Toxic. We see this consistent baton pass with the Cosmic Power strategy. And there's a Roar that completely deals with it. Rightly so. Levi has done his prep. That's why you got to keep your strats diverse. The poor Oshawott, has to forget, they've been sold out there. Rock Uwu. Will it be able to get the Shell Smash off? Here it goes. Now we're going to see something special. White Herb. It's still outsped. Terra Fairy for the Draco Meteor is cool. Anything can change type and just bang you with whatever fucking move it wants. Cool game. I mean, Levi's played this great. It's a demolishing. Oh. Oh. Okay, 5-0. And now we have the return of the rain. Jersey Jolteons looking to get back on the win train against the Sleaford Snorlax. Alright. Let's see it. Not anything. That's true, that's true. Only stuff tier 3 and below in this instance. There is some sanity. What else has the Mars Conference got? Does it have us a close battle? We are waiting on one this week. Okay. Let's do it. I see Ice. I see Abomasnow. I think that's Mega Abomasnow. Seems like a great... Oh! The Zoroark plays. Ash didn't know what was going on. And the weather hard countered. And we already know this team can't function without the rain. With Bronzong already gone, that... I mean, I hate to say it, but it just feels like game over. The Mega Abomasnow is such a huge problem. And Overquill can't play. It can't do anything. The Melmetal is just there. Eevee and the Snorlax. What a result this would be. I actually didn't know what Zoroark did exactly. Do you think it could only be one Mon or something? Yeah, I bet he thought it was... He only thought it would be the Mon in the back. I used to think that back in like Gen 5. But you can like pick Crit Blizzard as well. That's brutal. Into the kill on... It's over. It's just over. We're not getting any close battles this week, apparently. Yeah, he thought that. Yeah, that's fair enough, but still. Yeah, is he got Rain Dance separate on other Mons? He should expect this Mega Abomasnow. I'm assuming he's got Rain Dance something. Probably Overquill. Like I'm saying, this team cannot function without Rain up. It's the Terra Grass. It's the Grass Knot. Bye-bye. Beast Boost. Well played by Eevee. This is, it's been pretty routine, actually. Gunk misses, I've seen that before. Not really mattering too much. Knock off. No Scarf for the poor Dracovish, who Vicious Rens into the Ice Face. What a play. Ice Face Rocky Helmet. Stalling out turns and outspeeding to click Hail. I don't know how, but it outsped. Freeze Dry, just executing the Pelipper. It might be a 6-0. And here is the Melmetal in for the bonks. Oh. Destiny Bond. Might get one. No. Axe just doesn't click Destiny Bond, thinking that Eevee would try and play around it. Eevee is above kill differential. Eevee does what they want. And actually going to live the outrage. This is a chonky Abomasnow with the snow, of course. Giving it the defense Invi. That was cool, I guess. More Miles Conference battles. We'll get to Smiles soon. Not before the Buckingham Bonsly against the Scotland Samurott. Boom. Boom. Yeah, that was a good Mega Abomasnow advert. Couldn't have been much of a better game for it. Can the Scotland Samurott get their first win of the season? Is the question. Gotta get that first one on the board sooner rather than later. Alright. We have seen... There is a Latias. It could be Techo time. I struggle to believe it's going to be able to pull that off quite so easily. The Diggersby is a massive threat, though. Gengar does make it spamming frustration a little difficult. But here we go. The Serena is in, and Diggersby is the start. Outspeeds. High jump kick. One shot. I am suddenly a lot less hopeful for the Samurott's chances. Rock Slide Mega Medicham hits huge. Then with the Bullet Punch. What? Is that a prediction of Scarf Sizzle? Just a misclick. It's actually Scarf Sizzle. Yeah, I mean, the way Vex played it, you would think it wouldn't stay in otherwise, right? And there's a huge Stone Edge from the Terra Water Lycanroc. And Thunderbolt is there from the Iron Valiant, who with Life Orb picks up the kill. Samurott is here. And Iron Valiant is not. Easy choice Scarf. In comes the Mega Blastoise. Aura Sphere blocked by Entei nicely. We might still have a game. There's a U-turn back into the Samurott. But Flip Turn is too dank. So Serena can come in. Terra Fairy. Play rough. Boom. Covering all the bases. And that's game. Nicely played by the Bonsly. Pushed a little closer by the Samurott. Probably our best battle of the week so far. Well, Gengar's been fed to the Lions. Ceaseless Edge will whiff. But, how much did that matter? Depends what the Decidueye has. Oh. 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 That, to be fair, is outsped by the Scarf Sizzle. A rightful 1-0. Well, well, well. There's a mouse hold. Oh my god, it's this battle. It is the battle of the week, I would think. In terms of what people are looking forward to. Tim and the Bradford Bulu are up against the Leeds Litwicks. It's always a classic, although they are at quite opposite ends of the conference coming into this battle. Which has been unusual in recent seasons. Usually Foliage has been so nice to keep Tim company. So what can Tim pull off this battle? Well, between Clodsire and Screamtail, he should have a switch in for pretty much everything, but he needs to make sure he deals with this Slowking, mainly. To be fair, Falius isn't presenting us an outright way of dealing with Mega Sableye. At the moment, I'm not seeing it. Maybe some sort of Sub-Aerodactyl or like Banded Araquanid. He needs to be careful. Mega Sableye always a threat. And here is it. Already looking to get the Mega off early on. Araquanid is here. Could be an early bonk. Mega Sableye takes 50%. Alright, gets the Toxic off on the Bug. Araquanid, that's it. And it is Water Absorb on the Clodsire. It's a nice reveal. Makes sense against Araquanid. Getting a Yawn off onto the Delmise. This is nice from Tim so far. But even stuff. Wants to threaten the Sticky Web. Does the Bug. Knockoff is there. Gets rid of the Mystic Water for Hidden Power Fire. But it doesn't one-shot. The one time I have ever seen Kartana live a Hidden Power Fire. And it's going to be able to pick up the kill. And not for long will it have the attack boost, because in comes Intimidate Crocodile, forcing a switch to the Scream Tail. And that's a lot of damage for against the Scream Tail, but I guess it's neutral, right? It is neutral. Okay. So in back comes the Sableye on a Flamethrower. Huge amount of recoil. Last season you did get swept by Phalius's camera up. That's fair. Did you get revenge? I mean, it's looking quite good so far. Colbur pops. Shitty reception spam, but like, what's it doing? There's knockoff. Still breaks the Mega Aerodactyl sub, even if it's running sub. Phalius switching about constantly is telling me that he's shitting himself, going, what the fuck do I do with this thing just sitting here clicking knockoff and toxic if he's never run into every mon ever that wants to do that when it's not 400 speed nowadays. Yeah, more knockoff. Okay, bye-bye choice Bandelmies. Well, fucking well. Mega Sableye looks like it might 6-0 this battle. Oh, that's a lot of damage from the Delmies, but I'm pretty sure it's outsped and killed here. Or Tim wishes, expecting the switch, and Phalius catches him out. Well, the Smart Strike is going to be able to pick up that, and now suddenly a healed Kartana. As Crocodile comes in. Sableye. Ooh, it's potentially the win condition, and yet Tim switches it back in. Rightly so. It's choiced Crook by the looks of it, and somehow Sableye's going to get the recover off. We see Hone Claws. Oh god, 57%. Toxic is on it. Tim should still be able to hold on by the looks of it. Oh my god, that's damage. Ploddy is able to take one more though. It's got Protect. It's got Protect. This would be so Leeds Shitwicks. Holy moly. After starting the season 4-0, it looks like it could be back-to-back losses. Oregano back in on the Earthquake. Here's Sableye. Earthquake picks up the kill. Was that Hidden Power Fire Crook, by the way? When it used it on the thing previously. Terra Ground. Kills with the Energy Ball. Lives the Earthquake because it's not weak no more. And a big 58% on the Volt Switch. Alright. Earthquake chipping away at the Darulodon. What's Darulodon going to do here? It's going to Terra Ghost and rest. But it's not running leftovers because is Phalius going to be allowed to play the game? Because he's about to get slapped with a knockoff after getting no luck with Sleep Talk. Bap. Rocky Helmet knocked off. Sleep Talk. Who gets rest 3 times in a row with their Sleep Talk? I don't even know what move this thing had, but anything would have been better than it clicking rest again. That is, it only ever used 2 moves. It was Iron Defense Body Press. I mean, it would probably have taken too much from a Xurkitree anyway, but like... Oh my god, that's funny. Unless it was meant to be faster than Xurkitree. I don't know. Tim! Tim with the win. Don't you just love to see it? The Leeds Litwicks, man. What? The moment you start to believe is the moment. It's the instant you open that door to potential disappointment, and that might be what we're getting here. But they are our Litwicks. We all have shares in them. That's why it's good that things keep steady and consistent, right? Right. Penultimate battle in the Miles Conference here. It's a good proper yawn that was. Here we go. It is the cheese, the cream cheese of the Cheshire Combees and their Orthworm, Sylveon, Slowking, Bennett, Dugtrio. There is a Turtonator, which is pretty cool. I would imagine that it is there to piss off Goldengo and some stuff, so that'd be cool. It's a Slowking opener, very offensive. Getting the Arcanine, though, we'll be very happy about it. Turtonator will come in, though. On the Terra Grass, it's a perfect switch for Maddie. Nelson has very much revealed and, unfortunately, not found much to do with it. Earth Power Tank, Turtonator just kills the Mega Diancie with Flash Cannon. Wowzers. Huh. Rocky Helmet knocked off. Maddie playing flawlessly so far. The rocks and the spin is something. Little speed boost for the Dom fan, but Arcanine's going to come in. Maddie might just still put rocks up, to be honest. He clicks Iron Defense. Terra Poison to get the rocks off, and it's Teleport. In comes Goldengo. Not much Earthworm can be doing to that boy. As the Assault Vest looking Turtonator will be able to fire off one more hit and potentially a big hit. Fire Blast. 47% on the Dom fan. Always important chip, and it might pick up the kill here as well. Indeed it will. 2 Fire Blasts in a row. Hitting. And now an invisible Chandelure. Supreme Ghost type in its natural habitat. And is now trapped by the Dugtrio. Except it probably wasn't trapped because it's a ghost type, so I don't really know what's going on with Nelson there. Perhaps he thought it was pursuit, looking at the chat. But Maddie just clicked his move anyway because it doesn't matter. And we see Memento. Alright. Would that have... Are you allowed to click Memento on a Goldengo? Is this just like a crazy read from Maddie? Or did he just not know that Good as Gold stops him from doing anything other than attacking? Well, the Memento goes off anyway because Arcanine comes in. And that's going to allow Earthworm to probably do nothing other than set rocks. Wow. Memento would have failed. Yeah, what the heck? Baton Pass into Goldengo. Yeah, that's dead now. Understandably, it's job done. Rocks are set. It's a little bit close, but I still feel like Maddie has it. The Sylveon, it's not going to die, right? Because this thing's Scarf, and Arcanine clearly doesn't have the offensive investment. Sylveon, if it has Heal Bell, does just win here. Hyper Voice, big damage on the fellow Umbreon. I have seen enough of EVs and evolutions over these past few days, frankly. Baton Pass is there into the Bennett, who wants to test him on. And I get it. Okay, so does Sylveon have Heal Bell? Actually, does it just outspeed and kill the Umbreon anyway at this point? Well, we'll never know because it looks like it's game over. And it's going to be a close one. Well fought by the Hoopas. The Cheshire Combees is going to be going up. Oh, hang on a minute. That's a lot of damage. Back-to-back crits needed for the Arcanine. Does this thing have... yeah, I don't think it had Morning Sun. Nelson just forfeits. Fair enough. Could have gone for the back-to-back crits, but it was always going to be unlikely. Hey-ho. 2-0 for the Combees. They move to 5-1. We'll check out on the standings after this battle right here. It's the purple off. The Diens Deino against the Dakar Drapion. Opposite records. The Dakar Drapion potentially looking for another miracle win. How can they find it here without needing any sort of crazy RNG? The Celesteela looks like a problem. Certainly if it's going to automize up again, it looks like it's going to go absolutely insane. Automize, Steel move, Earthquake and Flying move. Only the Tauros really shuts that down. Monka S is what I say for Mojak. Florges in on the fella. Clicking Moonblast as the Clefairy comes in to set rocks. Or Thunder Wave. Ooh. Big Thunder Wave. Paranormal. U-turn. Going to do a lot of damage. In comes the Misdreavus. And it does not care. Clefairy. Trick Room set. Holy moly. The Trick Room now for the synergy with Paralyzed Celesteela. What the fuck? Well, the Intimidator's there. But it is special with the Flash Cannon. Leftovers called for the Paldean Aquatoros, as it just rolls off the tongue. Gorgeous in Trick Room expiring. We haven't really served to learn too much, but Mojang, with his rocks up, well, won't be too upset as he gets the Beedrill in. But what's it going to do? Celesteela, one of the best switch-ins, but it's going to be the Sandy Shocks initially on what could be a big U-turn. It's a knockoff, but that's, yeah, not going to work. Stealth Rock now up there to punish the Beedrill way more. I'm amazed this was the turn of knockoff instead of U-turn. I feel like so much momentum has been lost. A U-turn as that comes in, bringing in the Weavile, would have been a completely different game, as Weavile is the mon that forces the switches that are tough to answer. Now I feel like Mojak's lost this battle at a tipping point of momentum. It's going to be really hard to turn this one back until he next get Beedrill in. But again, Beedrill rocks up now. Way more unhappy. Psychic damage from Pixie. This thing does damage. And it's going to go down. With Triple Axel hitting 3 times. What is it with the Meowscarada U-turn crits? Oh, it's just Weebmon, so it always gives like high friendship to the trainer, and it's like, Meowscarada crit, so you wouldn't be sad. And then they think that all the fans are going to be like, yeah! Yes, Meowscarada! Go get him! Yeah! That's what they think we're honestly going to be like. But maybe that's what we are now. I don't know. Well, Tapu Lele is in and clicking the non-psychic type moves again, fearing the dark type, understandably at this point. The risks may have to be made, and with Memento in, this looks like lights out because the terrain is up, sure, but the Trick Room is up. Flash Cannon just lived by the Beedrill, but Trick Room takes it down. Steeler Artois, by the way, is an absolutely insanely good nickname that I have only noticed 6 weeks into the season. What a nickname. Alright, here comes the Weavile. Can it? I mean, I guess with enough luck with the paralysis, perhaps can make this battle close. No, it can't. 3-0 for the Dien's Deino. A little misfortune for Mojang. Very, very high potential to be a brutally close battle, but Flupkey ended up winning the crucial mid-turn battles and executing off the mid-battle turn, sorry, and executing off that advantage. So, how does that affect the Mars Conference? How does it affect LeBron's legacy? These are the questions. So, the London Lunalas remain tied with the Mimikyu. Serial Killer, that was Megazam in Season 1. Yeah, it's a great nickname. 5-win streak for the Cheshire Combees. They are back up and into third, but of course, only 2 teams can get a top 2 double bye into playoffs, and it's a bit early to be talking about playoffs for now, but the Buckingham Bonslys are now back up and well within those slots. The Deino, the Jolteons, Litwicks also on a 4-2 record, perhaps soon to be joined by a Regirock who can leapfrog into the top 4, can Finchy. The Sleaford Snorlax doing great to rocket up to a 3-3 record with a very, very healthy mon difference in that regard above the Bolton Boulder and the Super Hooper and the Nottingham Noivern, who, you know, Levi is just too cool for mon difference. 17 on difference. Wowzers. Alright. Smiles Conference, let's go. Actually, Substance at the top of it. Let's just look at today's games as we will work our way down. Finishing with the Fish Ponds SuperRods. For their second win, third win as a franchise. What? It is actually third win. Also, I cannot seem to load any of these replays. Somebody Why is Showdown like this? SuperRods versus Rotons was the late game from last week. Yeah, what? Sigmoid's going hard. I don't like not being able to load replays. I'm going to be honest, it's kind of upsetting me. Way! Here we go. The Scunthorpe Scorbunny. I guess the Yorkshire Yanma. Nice. Why are these replays not loading? Okay. I just want to make sure they all load before we get too ahead of ourselves. Oh, something's going on outside. Refresh. All. Alright, and we are in the highly offensive Scorbunny side. How are they going to deal with this potential of, like, Trick Room and Armor Rouge weird shit and Sucker Punch King Gambit? Feels like a weird speed battle going on here. And Icy is the one with the cards up his sleeve. And it's Tapu Lele lead, looking to click the button. But it's a hard switch into Pidgeot as we see Hatterene come in. He's going to stay in and go for the Hurricane. Going to get nuzzled? No, it is not. Future Sight. I think Icy perhaps predicting a U-turn back into the Seismitoad. Hurricane going to do huge damage to Gudra. Is that Scarfed? Power Whip! What a read! Doesn't actually one-shot, but with the Future Sight, down goes the Seismitoad. Holy Icy. The 22-incher is back out. Easy switch back into the Hatterene, except it's not choiced. Is the Dragapult, and it picks up the kill. Icy thinking it was choiced a little too confidently, but it will be allowed to pick up the kill on the Dragapult. Azazel not suspecting the Scarf. Clearly didn't watch any of Levi's battle last season. There is the Shadow Ball. Damage, weakness, policy proc on the Armor Rouge with expanding force. Endure. But Future Sight's coming through, right? A cool attempt. Here comes Supreme Overlord, but it can't click Sucker Punch. Lives the Focus Blast with the Sash. Picks up the kill with Iron Head. Alright. Tangrowth back in. Crit from the knockoff. Rocky Helmet gone. Classic. In comes Pidgeot. We see Leech Seed. We see knockoff. Pidgeot with the U-turn. Just killing stuff with Hurricane, but it's going to be outsped here. Lives with 1%. In comes King Gambit. Iron Head, Sucker Punch. Alright, doesn't need to take the risk. Sucker Punch is there. Does it kill the Kartana? Apparently not. Why would you risk it when Smart Strike doesn't do anything to Tangrowth, who catches a Terrakion on the whip. On the switch back in. Starfox will go up, and Knockoff picks up the kill on what was a choice-banded Terrakion that never clicked an attacking move. Brutal. The Starfox, of course, though, do ensure the kill on the King Gambit. And so, Great Tusk comes back in. Has to be Scarf. Is Scarfed. Double Scarf from Icy to... Hang on a minute. Does it outspeed? But it's not Scarf Kartana. It's going to be a win for Icy. Wow, I thought Kartana might have been Scarf as well and picked up the kill in response. Then Icy was going to switch back into King Gambit, but then and it dies to rock so that he refreshes the defense drops on the Great Tusk so that it can maybe live one hit from Kartana, but ended up not mattering. It's a 2-0 win in an exciting battle for the Yorkshire Yanma. Scarf Kartana was just crept wrong. What? I mean, it must have basically not had any bloody speed IVs in the first place. What? How are you going to outspeed it? It could have been adamant and still outsped. Incredible. Alright. Harry is up against Bastions here. The Appletons, we're on their side of things with the Iron Treads. Articuno looking pretty saucy. The Sneasel, a tough buy if Entei is kept healthy. But there is little resistance for the Bakugan Yu-Gi-Oh! Fucker Urshifu. We'll see if he can do much damage as well. Seal Valley Water is the opener. A switch on a potential freeze dry. Hurricane, minimal damage, but does get the confusion. Future Sight does get it off. Scald burns the Slowbro, and it hits itself. A burnt Slowbro is nice, though, for Bastions. All that really comes of that. Thunderbolt chipping away as we see that go down. Draco Meteor doesn't quite pick up the kill. What is in response? A parting shot. A little underwhelming. But a switch to Torterra to get rocks up, I would assume. Articuno's coming in, though. Indeed. Does it buy with a freeze dry? It goes straight for the Ice Beam. No defog. Knockoff. No boots. Boots it is. But we'll pick up the kill, hitting the Hurricane. This flipping Mon don't miss. As there's the Flamethrower from the Zora Walk on the Terra Ghost, attempting to outplay the Urshifu. A really nice play from Harry on the timing of that Zoroark. As we see a Sword Dance in front of the Zoroark. And it gets burnt by the Flamethrower. Oh no, and it's a speed tie. Of course it is. And it does not go Bastion's way. Flamethrower burn, very unfortunate. Had to win the second speed tie, though. There's always going to be a 50-50 risk. Sacred Fire will pick up the Torterra kill. And here is the Urshifu. Close combat kills Entei. Does it kill everything if it's scarfed? Thing's 322 speed. Oh my Jesus, what? This isn't a Pokemon. I don't know what the fuck this thing is, but it's so stupid. It doesn't even look, it doesn't even attempt to look like a Pokemon. It's some weird anime fuckface flipping bear shit. 3-0 for the Bolu Vs Ponyta. Alright. Lumineon and the Altarias. Blue. Lots of blue. Right, Inteleon in the house. Looking to put in some work, although it's going to struggle with a Primarina there, you would think. Let's see who wins the setup war between Mega Altaria and the Mega Aerodactyl. And Revavroom combining with Rotom should be able to dampen down this Jirachi. So Sark's going to have to be careful how they play this, but also the Arianes Altarias. A lot of their play under question in this recent season that's gone past. It hasn't looked like too much of an upturn coming into this season so far. They're needing a statement win. And the Minions could be just the target after their hounding at the hands of the Belfast Blazikens. Substitute is there in front of the Clodsire. Very cool. Rotom is in. Is it scarfed? If so, it'd be fine to Volt Switch and break the sub. It is scarfed. Who's going to take the hit? Jirachi is in. Is that also scarfed? Judging from how well it took that damage, I'm not so sure. It is Jirachi. We'll get the U-turn out. As Ariana plays things safe. Inteleon, Hydro Pump hits. as it Terra Poisons and Terra Blasts, because that's what Mons can do. Alright. First impression is there. Claydol, maybe looking for some spin and rock treatment, but Rotom is such a perfect answer for this, and it blocks the spin. Trick, lagging tail. It's now a choice scarfed Claydol. Very nice. But Rotom has trick of its own. Yoinks the heavy duty boots. Gets the lagging tail onto Rotom Heat. That's so unfortunate for Ariana. That's really funny, actually. We haven't seen double trick action in a long time. Volt Switch is blocked nicely so. But Shadow Ball can pick up the kill. This ain't no choice Rotom no more. Reva Vroom. Taking the hits, but I've never seen this thing do anything other than set rocks and click Parting Shot. Seems like a cool mon that if it was able to do anything else. Here is the Leech Life. Boom! First kill on the board from this weird ninja Kim Possible little bug agent. And it's dead. Hydro Pump hits. Very Chad. Hydro Pump hits again. Spin out. That's huge damage. I don't even know what that does, but its speed has been lowered sharply. Is there a good switch in? Or there's just hit Hydro Pump for the 3rd time in a row. Okay. Dual Wing Beat picks up the kill. You see the Scarf Rotom coming back. Oh, it's not Scarf anymore. It does dodge the Stone Edge though. Would it have lived one? Probably, but maybe not a crit. Clodsire comes in. Dual Wing Beat misses. Can it miss? What is that? 95%? Wow. Poison jabbing away is Pooper, the Clodsire. And it's not going to be Ariana's day once again. Unfortunately for her, it's going to be Sark getting back on track with the Lumineon's strong debut season. Alright. Ow. 4-0. Okay. And it is a high roller matchup here between the Starmies and the Gloucestershire Gallade. Take a look at this one. So think about what we've got up next. Irish Inkays. There you are. Very cool. Alright, yeah, the Glaceon has come. Of course, it's tier 1,000,000, so it can Terra. Like Terra Fairy to deal with the Gallade and just Terra Blast to kill it. Or Terra Fire to deal with the Scizor and just Terra Blast to kill it. Subson's got to watch out for that sort of shit. Hasn't got many happy switch-ins to this Galarian Damanitan. The Charizard has come to the party again. Heavy Duty Boot Simulator. It's very good for shutting down and punishing the Scizor as well. Not a lot going for subs in this matchup, other than the 3 Volt switches for Zeraora. Could be a big thing, but can he punish the... can he really punish the Snorlax coming in? Can't really click close combat with too much avail because of the Scream Tail. And you would be expecting Gallade to be Scarf, so let's see. Morwile in as a lead, very nicely into the Scizor. Not Intimidate. Guess Hyper Cutter for an Intimidate mod I'm forgetting. There's the U-turn. Nidoqueen comes in on a knockoff. Yep, that's Mega Morwile, and that's not a very defensively invested Nidoqueen, which just sucker punches and gets the kill. Huge turn, by the way, because Subson would have been predicting Sniper to predict him to click Stealth Rock, and Sniper just completely shuts that down, and probably just doesn't really care about the Stealth Rock that much, given that probably Charizard and Glaceon are heavy-duty boots, you would think. Aqua Cutter is there. That is not the move that sets the spikes, and in the meantime, Samurot's just going to go down, because Morwile is a huge problem. So here comes Tinker Tom Bonk, and that does set the rocks. Aurora. Will-O-Wisped. Huge play from the Charizard. Thought it might even just stay in, to be honest, but Snorlax is in. As we see Plasma Fists. Hit into Kumbhakana. Eat Crash. Very cool move for a Snorlax to have against the likes of Scizor. And clearly this fella as well. Heat Crash going to pick up the kill. This is a demolishing. Psycho Cut will pick up 1 kill. Scream Tail now in. Dazzling Gleam, I mean... Zeraora never really had any impact and everything else just got bonked away. Blaze Kick taken well by the Glaceon. And it can just Wish Protect. Wall, in comes Scizor. Is it Terrifier? It hasn't terrored yet, although it hasn't seen it. It is Terrifier. And there you go. Picks up the kill. Freeze Dry, Terra Blast. No need for the Wish action. And it's just game. Big win, of course. The Gallades were top of the conference. It's a huge win for the Starmies to get on the board, and a nice one as well. I'm out of water. All right. We have the Belfast Blazikens against the Irish Inkay. Interesting. Well, there is definitely a clear favourite coming into this matchup, but will that be the case by the end of it? Well, considering that the Sun can't really play the game because of Aurorus, yeah, this does look pretty hard for youngster Matthew. Reggie Steele, coach of the Irish Inkay. Yeah, it looks pretty very fucking difficult. Let's see what Inkays have got. Toxic Spikes, yeah. You see with the Trick Room. Okay, what's it going to be? Baton Pass into Volcanion. Can that really break Zapdos? Well, Tentacle came back in anyway, and it was Defog. I am losing confidence fast. Toxic Spikes do just go back up. Calm Mind, Baton Pass from the Uxie. Who's going to be the Baton Pass recipient? Well, Zapdos is going to come in. Does that have a Whirlwind? Trick Room's going to go up. Draining Kiss might even get staticked. Does not. Whirlwind. It does have. Very nice. And that is Roaring Moon that comes in and pops its fucking booster thing. At least it's got Sun, but it doesn't look like it's doing too much so far. In comes the Snow Warning. Aurorus, such a middle finger to this team. Body Press is a lovely, huge amount of damage, but Ancient Power combined with the poison will bring the Torkoal down. And Calm Mind going up once again with the Aurora Veil. Easily counteracting, temporarily at least. Zapdos back in as another Calm Mind goes up, and yes. Discharge. Para acquired. Full para as well. This is just unnecessary. I'm putting it fast as it does appear that the game is over. The question is, how much differential can the Inkay get here? Terra Ice is cool. Is it Scarf? It is, but that is not the necessity requiredness damage. Draining Kiss is not enough. U-turn, chipping down. And down goes the Uxie. Terra Water, Dragon Dance. Here we go. The Roaring Moon will pick up 1 kill, surely. It's got a Zapdos in front of it. I don't think it's... Has it got Outrage? Crunch? That is very upsetting. As it looks to be a 6-0 indeed. Well. We have got the Berkshire Bellossom against the Amsterdam's Aggron. And actually, what is quite a high-flying matchup with the Aggron having a very strong start to the season. Will it continue? It's going to have to take quite the uptick to take down a very favoured Berkshire Bellossom side. What do they have as punishes for the flip turn, U-turn, volt switch stuff? Rocky Helmet, Aegis Slash? I can't really see. There's no real natural Rocky Helmet holders, to be honest. Toad's Crawl is a nice switch in to the Rotom Wash at least. But I am not seeing it. Here is Kyurem. Infernape is here. Battle of the Scarfs. As we see Tornadus come in, Bella not wanting to reveal any item information, or perhaps a little bluff. Stealth Rocks do go up from the lead Infernape. And U-turn is there from the Tornadus. Arcanine in. What does it do? Teleport? It does actually click Flamethrower. Holy shit. And now at Terra Waters on a U-turn. Oh no! Thomas not clicking the pivot move, and he gets away with it with the Rock Slide flinch. Oh my goodness. There's the Morning Sun from Bella, knowing the switch was imminent. Rightly so. Can't really teleport out straight up though. See a switch to the Rotom Wash on the Swampert, who can do literally nothing to this thing. Can set the rain, but that will help any Hurricane hits from the Tornadus, so I'm not sure about this play. In comes the Mycelium boy on a Hydro Pump. Now that the rain is up, that's too much damage. Literal disaster. Needed to double out of the Swampert. This Energy Ball is, I mean, someone's got to take this hit. Does get the Spadef drop from the Energy Ball. Swampert is the switch, but Icy takes the knockoff. We'll look to fire off a Waterfall, but Rotom Wash can only take about 35-ish max if it's defensive. Liquidation, 26%, 27%. Here is the Ninetales on the Will-O-Wisp. I wonder if it's going to be Escavalier or Infernape. Infernape, I mean Arcanine. It is Escavalier. Can this thing Terra, or is Ninetales tier 2? It's probably tier 2. Or is it tier 3? I don't know. But if it could Terra Fire, it should have done it that turn. Although Arcanine might have come in anyway. Diancie, the double, predicting the potential Terra and wanting to covering it off. Very smartly played by Bella. As Substitute is the choice. Infernape does just click Close Combat. Unfortunately now for Diancie. It can kill. So unfortunate. Does get the kill. That's the first of the battle, turn 15. Ninetales is tier 3. Wowza. Alright. Teleport. We've got to a point where Bella is a turn ahead now. Despite the rocks, though, it's the main redeeming feature for Thomas. No defog from the Kyurem. So it will continue to suffer on switching. Aegis Slash will Shadow Ball. Rock Slide, of course. It is Rock Slide City, apparently, for Thomas. I am not seeing this. Why am I playing this battle on slow, by the way? Force of Habit. We just got one more battle until our featured matchup, which I will open a prediction for now. You have that at the top of the chat window. Sub Dragon Dance. It is up. But it lives. Does the Escavalier. Knocks off the Lumberry. Gets the Intimidate off. Does Arcanine. It's not taking that much damage. Substitute in. But Dragon Pulse is the move. And poor Salamence can't click Outrage or anything. Was that Moxie Salamence? I think it was Moxie. Oh. Will-O-Wisp does hit. It'd been interesting had the Escavalier gone down. You never know. Oh, the Swampert learns Smackdown. Very interesting as a tech for Rotom-Wash. I'm assuming it doesn't. It is not a rock type, so why would it? This has been well played by Bella. Not even that much pivoting. Hasn't really needed to be honest. Thomas has been sat clicking non-stab rock slides into a water type Arcanine, which is unfortunate because it has been a great season for the Aggron thus far, but this is not going to be a battle for them to remember. Here is the superpower picking up the kill from the Tornadus. It does not care about your Terra Rock. And Acrobatics will chip this thing down, pick up the kill. Alright. Final non-featured battle of the week. And it is the Entei against the Fish Pond SuperRods. Rather important battle, in fact. The SuperRods are in form of 2 wins in their last 3. This is not the sort of time you want to play against them, but Cat is the one who has to stand tall. It's a Pilot's wide open. Big Fat Traced. Might want to take Earthquakes, though, will the Gardevoirs. We see Gyarados come in. Is it just rocks from Cat? Terra Ground Earthquake. Nicely evaded by Sigmoid and the SuperRods as we see Crunch get a little bit of chip on the Weatherman. Mega, 2 different mechanics. Draco Meteor hits hard as we see Crunch do even more damage, but it is lived. No kill attempted to be picked up because the switch to the Gardevoir was rightly predicted by Cat. He's going to be able to get this Charizard in and get that Mega off. Will it click the damage move? It will. 40% to a Moltres. Very cool. Terra Water, Ancient Power, evaded. Terra Blast, but it's sunny, I'm afraid, so not ideal. Solar Beam is there, and that's too much damage for that Stack Attacker boy. And this is too much pressure from YMCY. Sigmoid doesn't quite get decisive with who he wants to sack, and it's done so much damage because of that. Draco Meteor, the special Garchomp. Pick that in. Earthquake, 100%. The Terra Piloswine, so much damage. Terra Blast, again, this is doing so minimal. I don't think Sigmoid is prep for the sun, per se. Terra Rock, and this would have been a very, very different battle. But I think not. Cat's going to get a big boost to the Mon difference. Koffagreek is putting in the work. Make sure to vote at the top of the channel there on who you think is going to to be winning the featured matchup, because Physical Slay Queen, the Enamorous, is going to be able to take this Fire Blast and return with a kill. Or not. Rough Skin. Fire Blast. Burn. But it wouldn't be enough anyway, and the Superpower picks up the kill. 5-0 it is. Let us see the featured match. I will be looking to get into the official Smiles Go for Miles office. I will be having a meeting to set up with Senor Yeti of Tangents, who has been very patient with me today. I look forward to his breakdown of his matchup this past week against the Liverpool Litten. And we have a feature matchup. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by Tangent Yeti, coach of the Mulsaku Mimes, who coming into this matchup, the way we are seeing it, no pressure, Yeti, but you're the only team left who can potentially go 6-0 at the start of the season.
Yeah. It's very fun, very exciting. I'm pretty sure this is like by far my best start, so hopefully we keep it going.
All right. I mean, I can see you brought a pretty strong team. That's what you've been. It's had a lot of success so far this season. But I mean, talk to me about prepping for Joe's draft.
Yeah, Joe's draft was a bit of a pain in the ass to build for, if I'm honest. Just because he has a lot of bulk in the areas that I like to try and apply pressure. Obviously he's got a pretty fat ground type in Ursaluna, so it's pretty hard for me to break open his team that way. And the Bronzong was a real problem for me as well. Just because of the backs, the way I had it set up was like, I wanted to try and sweep with it. I just had to try and break Bronzong. Um, and Bronzong's just a bit fat, which is a bit annoying. But yeah,
I
that was pretty much
see.
my entire plan, was to just break one mon and then win.
I mean, that does make
Um,
sense. It's just kind of hard in
yeah,
terms of the breaking bulky monster because your team isn't very inherently offensive. It seems like your only real
yeah,
breaker that's being presented to me right now is Typhlosion.
yeah. It's a bit of an issue that I'm looking to fix up in the trade window. Give myself a few more options
I'm
to break
seeing that
stuff.
people are mentioning you didn't bring Melmetal, but I'm assuming that's just because Chestnut is such an answer for it.
Yeah. I was thinking about maybe bringing like some kind of like sub protective pad set specifically for Chestnut, but I thought that was just a bit too much.
Fair
Seemed
enough.
like a lot of effort to go through to kill a Chestnut.
Yeah. So coming into turn one, what's the read? Are you just opening Typhlosion and clicking Eruption or what?
Um, I think I do just open Typhlosion. Yeah, that's been my
Okay.
open quite a lot recently. It's a
Or
bit
is it
predictable
read
these
by
days, but
Joe? He hasn't got the strongest turn one history, but are you worried about the Scarf Raikou? I don't know. Are you scarfed?
I am Scarf. Yeah, but obviously Scarf is going to outspeed. But
Mm.
I figured realistically the worst he'd do is Volt Switch. And he's always click Scald, and I just lose. But I was banking on that not happening.
It does
But
feel
I
like
was actually,
yeah. To me, it just feels like a fat L either way because if it's Scarf, you're going to get outsped. Even if you are faster, you're not going to one shot this thing.
yeah. So
You
this Typhlosion is actually Terra Grass to get around both Volt Switch and Scald.
oh,
Um, and it was also a good way to break Ursaluna and Blastoise if I was a bit stuck.
I
So
see.
in the end, because I didn't want to just eat a Volt Switch from something else, I just decided to take it. He was actually assault vested,
I
which I
see.
figured out from that calc, which was a bit annoying actually. Scarf probably would have been better for me because I could have like tried to abuse that later, but
Mm.
yeah, free Blastoise was never great for Typhlosion either with the Ice Beam Water Pulse coverage.
And now
So
you're
that was
just like click the
bit stuck.
buttons. Okay.
Yeah, I think he written that he flipped us. Yeah.
I thought you might just stay in and Terror Blast.
I was. I would have if I wasn't choiced. I would have
Of
just had to click
course. You know
eruption and
what?
do that.
I'm stupid. I, for some reason, thought you could click that. Maybe Terra just ignores what item you are, like you're a Mega Rayquaza or something. That's
Oh, I
my
wouldn't be
bad.
surprised. Terra's a bit broken.
Oh,
Yeah, that was Magic God Life Orb, which I was expecting, but didn't realize it did that much until I calculated afterwards because I'm weird.
That is
Decided
helpful with
didn't
calcs.
calc it. Yeah, yeah. And then
Okay.
I made a really interesting decision this turn of just forgetting that the move Gyro Ball is a real move. I calced for Iron Head and Body Press and just forgot that Gyro Ball existed. And it was a really
This is not going well.
no, it's not a fantastic start for me, no. I thought that would be Psyshock Bronzong. It wasn't. It wasn't great either.
Is this set up Mandibuzz? Are you gonna have a real nasty plot?
Oh yeah, I wish I was ballsy enough to bring
Ooh.
Nasty Plot Weak Armor. That would have been that
Yeah.
probably would have gone better than how my backs
Nasty
did, to be
plot,
honest.
weak armor, weakness policy. Could have gone pretty hard. Maybe if you catch a Volt Switch.
Yeah, potentially. That might have been better. Alas, I will never know.
It's okay. I gather this thing is really bulky from what I've seen of it. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, but it was Fizz Death, which is the problem.
Yeah.
It didn't take one. I don't even think it took like 65, 70 from like most Blastoise variants, I think. Which was not ideal.
Is it
The
meta to
Mandibuzz was also
run...
Fizz Death.
Is it meta to run Leftovers or Rocky Helmet on Mandibuzz? And by Rocky Helmet, I meant Heavy Duty Boots, sorry.
Um,
Because there aren't
in
any
hindsight,
knockoffers here.
in hindsight, Boots would have been better probably. But Boots never crosses my mind because I'm a bit of a small brain person when it comes to
all I've seen this season is if a single mon is even weak to Stealth Rocks, let alone double weak, you just run rocks on it. The stupid boot things.
Yeah, I mean it's not a bad strategy.
Like
I
unless
kind of just gave up and clicked the stab button.
yeah,
The Squeeze
it
would be
looks
free.
like after you clicked Icicle Crash on Gyro on
Yeah,
Bronzong, you sort of just
it sort of fell
yeah.
apart quite quickly for me. Yeah, I spoke to Joe about it after the game, and he was quite surprised that I stayed in. And
I mean,
obviously,
it
if
was
that's
just an innocent mistake, right? It was just this. It looked like a really hard battle, even in hindsight. This is well prepped for by Joe, and things did just really
yeah,
fall into his
I'd
hands.
like I've seen his pace and like his prep was like really, really well built. Like there wasn't really any like
Yeah,
holes I could pick in it in terms of like things that he forgot or missed. Um, so even if I hadn't have small brained, I think I might have probably still lost just slightly later. Um, but
you
yeah,
did not bring Donphan because it's tough to bring it against most of his other mons, but it also meant that Raikou was very happy.
yeah, yeah. I also realised that the moment that I loaded into the game and saw a Raikou lead, and I was like, you know what, I don't have a Raikou switching.
It is hard because you could have brought Donphan as somewhat of a check for Ursaluna in the sense that it takes a lot of damage to kill you, but it doesn't feel good. You still
Yeah,
lose to Chestnut. You lose to literally all of the other mons. I mean, you can knock off, but even then, like Blastoise is such a reliable mon. It's just like wearing down the Blastoise is really nice either way though, because that's
yeah,
the mon that was happy to switch to Typhlosion. Granted, it's got added support with an AV Raikou,
mm,
but then I mean, it was
yeah.
hard.
I
This
was
was
really
hard.
upset. I was really upset about Joe not bringing Florges because my backs was a Roselli with Spadef investment, so
Okay.
I could switch in the back Excalibur. Obviously, Florges comes in because it's a good check to it most of the time, and I could just go to +2 in its face and they one shot everything. But he didn't bring it, and he brought Bronzong instead.
I
So I
mean,
was really
when you've
sad.
also got a Mega Venusaur, I feel like Bronzong over Florges is a no-brainer.
Yeah, yeah. Again, that was another thing I realized in hindsight was that Florges wasn't that good of a bring for him.
It's hard. So I feel like some people will try and prep across the board, and some people will just go to the other end of the spectrum and just predict what 6 mons are going to come and just be like, screw it, I don't care if anything else comes, which is very risky. But I feel like when you're at a bad matchup, I feel like it's kind of the play.
Yeah, yeah. I think this was definitely the worst matchup I've had. Um, but that was also I made it worse for myself by just not
Yeah,
prepping for a
that
couple
is
months.
true. Shall we see the
Which
damage that it done?
it's not going to be great. I'm going to be quite upset.
Okay, I'm sorry in advance. Oh, I mean, there's
Oh, you know
four.
what?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm inside the top four. We're all good.
It's
I thought I was going to
it's
be fifth.
okay. Joe is immediately screaming down your neck though, and
Yeah, he
instead
is.
of his
He's
new
here.
friend Thomas, who he was usually hanging outside of playoffs with last season, they're both now very much in it at the moment.
Yeah, I'm fighting Thomas next week, so that should be fun.
Yeah,
Can't
that
wait
is
for that one.
funny that Pudding does have 22 mon difference with
Yeah,
5 and 1.
I'm really struggling with mon difference this season. Um, it's kind of annoying, which is weird considering I got like quite a bulky draft.
Yeah,
You'd
that is
think
unusual.
I'd win a lot of games with like 4 or 5 mons left. I'm just winning every game with like two, or losing by 5 apparently, which doesn't help.
Who are
But
you worried about at the moment in the Smiles Conference to become like a threat from outside playoffs? Like, if you,
um,
because there's
I
a lot
mean,
of dangerous teams, but like if there's one team you expect the most,
I mean, I thought that Harry would be a bit higher, but obviously early days he could still climb. Um, Icy has scarily already got 2 wins, which is never a good sign. I think Cat as well is pretty solid, so I could see Cat. I wouldn't be surprised to see Cat climb up. I think pretty much everybody you've got highlighted realistically, like could
it's
like very
fair.
reasonably
I
push up
mean,
into the playoff spots.
yeah,
I'm
that's
quite
fair.
impressed with Sigmund. Obviously, he got his 2 big wins on the board,
Yeah, I mean, I'm just loving
which is
watching Loop and Sigmoid run away from Ariana and try and keep her below them. It's a really weird effect that you wouldn't expect
yeah,
based off
yeah.
old.
Ariana's really been found out the last 2 seasons, and I don't know whether that's just them like not putting in as much effort to like prep on games or just playing with like teams they're not as familiar with like style wise,
Just,
but
yeah.
something's not working at the moment.
For me, when I watch the battles and I look at the chat, it just feels like there's a lot of brain farts, generally due to what looks like just like a lack of time or effort compared to
Yeah,
previous seasons. There's a lack of polish. Good ideas, but
yeah.
like